In 1092, in Persia, the Grand Vizier of the empire was walking down a road. A man approached him, a blade flashed, and the vizier collapsed. The assassin did not run. Being captured was part of the plan. This moment marks the beginning of what we now call assassination. 11th century Persia. Alamut, a fortress built on a cliff 2,100 meters above the ground. It was the home of Hassan-i Sabbah. He had a few hundred followers. His enemies numbered in the hundreds of thousands. A conventional battle was impossible, so he changed the nature of war. When you lack soldiers, you eliminate leaders. When you cannot defeat an army, you remove the one man who commands it. Hassan's warriors were called the Fadayan. In Arabic, it means those who sacrifice themselves. They spent years in hiding. They disguised themselves as merchants, scholars, and infiltrated the centers of enemy power. Their mission was singular. One target, no escape, capture or death, was part of the operation. And then they drew their knives. In 1175, 2 attempts on the life of Saladin. In 1192, the assassination of Conrad of Jerusalem. For decades, the warriors of Alamut crossed through Crusader states, the Seljuks, and the Abbasid world, repeating the same method. This wasn't mere violence. It was strategy, the prototype of asymmetric warfare. The weak cannot fight the strong on equal terms. If you have no army, removing one key individual becomes the only way to overturn a war. This principle has not changed for 1,000 years. The Viet Cong targeted U.S. officers. The IRA aimed at British politicians. The Taliban killed Afghan officials. Because the smallest cost can produce the greatest effect. In 1256, the Mongol army 200,000 strong surrounded Alamut. The fortress fell, but the strategy did not disappear. In the 20th century, even states began to use assassination. Mossad, the CIA, the FSB, now the powerful use it too, because it is cheaper than war, and costs no troops. One drone strike can end a conflict without declaring a war at all. In the 2010s, Iranian scientists vanished. In 2020, a key figure in the Middle East was killed by a drone. Assassination has become a deliberate tool of statecraft. What began in Alamut has survived for 1,000 years, changed only in form. The weak used it to resist. The strong use it to dominate. Assassination is now a universal strategy. The force that shapes war is not who is stronger, but who can collapse the enemy's core at the lowest cost. In an age where both strong and weak use the same method, war becomes smaller, more precise, and far more frequent. Imbalance creates assassination, and assassination strengthens imbalance. Imbalance is always present, and for that reason, one thing is certain: the strategy of Alamut will never stop.